What's up? What's up, people? I see Lisa commenting. Got one person in there commenting. So, anyways, how's everybody doing? It's your boy, Lil Easy. It's been a minute, guys. Been a minute. Finally caught some free time in life, and so here I am tonight. And I thought I'd do a little live show with y'all, chat with you. Uh, I'm bored tonight. After as old as I am, after watching Cops so much, it gets boring. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm just kicking back, watching these protests on YouTube, and real quick, I'm gonna load one up because I want to point something out on this crap, dude. I mean, at this point, these protests, I don't understand the damn purpose of them. I really don't. I made the unfortunate mistake about maybe back in August here in Tullahoma. They did that No Kings protest bull crap, and so I had made me a little sign up, put my Donald Trump hat on, wrote on the sign, "Abortion is murder," and I walked right through their damn line. It's the first time in my life I ever went to a protest, ever had the inclination to go, and before I knew it, I was in that protest, and there was people in that thing blowing whistles, and a dude like got up in my face, tried to snatch my Donald Trump hat. I mean, and I realized right there, like, protests are just like I walked away from that looking at those people like, and even looking at myself when I went out there with the sign, like, what are you really hoping to accomplish with that? With the protest stuff, what are you willing to accomplish with that? Honestly, because I walked away from that. I felt like an idiot, even though my cause was real. Abortion is murder. But anyway, so I'm watching this tonight. Let me get this loaded up. I'm trying to multitask here. Yeah, it's this one right here. So I want to load this video up on the screen for you guys. Let me take my little ugly mug and put it down there in the corner. But I'm going to play this, and I want you guys to see, like, how stupid this is. So watch this. So just give it a brief minute. Okay. I had this all lined up. And here it comes. So look right there. Look. I don't know if you can see it, but what is this little red dude? He looks like a damn lobster. Now, this video is like literally 2 minutes ago. This is actually a live feed, but I backed it up a few minutes just to show this. But okay, so we don't need no kings. That's what they're all screaming, right? Man, we're trying to change people's minds. Like, okay, you like Donald Trump, you're in the wrong. Let's prove you wrong. Let's walk out as a lobster, dressed up as a friggin' lobster. Or better yet, let's do this. Let's go ahead and remove that one. Let's add a different one. Another tab here. If I was a rich guy, this would be a lot easier because I could have multiple share screens, but nope, I'm a poor dude, so I have to use the free version. So where is it? Yeah, this one right here. So this is another one I shared. Now you got Elmer Fudd over here in a I don't know what the hell it is. Look, I'm gonna blow it up a little bigger here. Let me just a minute. Let me full screen that for you. I mean, am I missing something here, guys? Am I missing? Tell me in the comments. Am I missing something here? Because I can't take a lobster serious. I can't take a lobster serious. I can't take whatever this blowy up dude is. This looks like a minion, a red minion or something, and we're supposed to watch this, and they think they're out there protesting, blowing whistles and doing all this other crap. And are they really truly believing that they're really bringing change? Because the last time I checked, us typical American people that just go to work, come home, take care of our children, and sacrifice so much for that amazing cause, that us typical Americans are just not gonna sway to the side of the lobsters and the minions. And I mean that not figuratively, as you see, it's legitimate. You know, they're it's like a fucking three ring circus. Tasha, it's fucking crazy, man. I mean, it's so crazy. I've been a single dude now for 2 years. I ain't even had sex in 2 years. And I'm just at that point in my life. My little daughter's my world. And I have just separated myself from society, man. I mean, my music, if all y'all follow, man, 15 million fucking views. And I'm telling you, dude, that shit brought out the most evil people, trolls that I've ever seen, guys. And people you literally trust. I mean, there were people that I would have trusted if I'd won the Powerball. I would have trusted fully. Stab me in the back, So nowadays I just go to work, come home, spend my free time with my little girl once in a while, get a little bored on a Friday night like tonight. Thought I'd come live and share what I'm doing, and I'm just sitting here, like I said, I'm bored. So I'm just watching this protest crap. I mean, let's fast forward this up and just see what's happening over here in fruitcake land. It looks like he went off. Yeah, okay. So let me shut that down and load another tab up, guys. That one. Sorry about that. So anyways, Tasha, how you been? Been a long time. Ugh. I'm in my little studio room. In front of me, I've got a 200-inch TV. As you see, I got that projector. It's right above the sign there. Ooh, if I can get my camera right. There we go. So, I don't know, guys. I was watching that tonight, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go live a little later and just talk about it, It's just, it's just crazy, guys. Yeah, and then they assault the fucking cops. I mean, I'm just, let's talk about it tonight, guys. I'm stumped on it all, especially from the left side of the friggin' political aisle. I mean, I'm just stumped. Like they are like at the Super Bowl, and they are putting their cleats into the turf. I mean, they in for the fight. They really believe in their cause, and it's like I look around. I'm trying to figure out a good way to say this. I have a big problem with people that care more about people that are here illegally, or don't say that word around Democrat. They're undocumented. Fucking, it don't matter how you word the shit. It's just like abortion. However you word it. Women's rights. That's my body, my choice. However the fuck you want to word that. When you go to the pearly gates to get into heaven one day, you're going to, I just truly believe in my soul that people that have abortions, just because they don't want responsibility, I think they're going to have a hard awakening when they get to the pearly gates and they're not allowed in because they committed murder. Thou shalt not kill. It's wrote right in the 10 Commandments. And, people hear me say it all the time. My takes, my opinions, and probably makes me hated. It's probably one reason why I'm so alone in life. But it doesn't matter because I know my opinions are right. And abortion is murder. It doesn't matter how you word it. It's just like these protests. It doesn't matter how you word these damn protests. They ain't protests. They're a bunch of animals that have nothing in life. Why is my camera keep messing up? They have nothing in life at all. I mean, nothing but like, hey, Friday night, let's go down and protest. You're out there. You want to go down and protest on Friday night? Let's do the damn thing. I mean, I don't know. How you doing, Carol? Oh, I see it all the time, Tasha. I see it all the time. Like I said, I see it all the time. Hey, guys, I want to share a music video. I shared it for a brief moment last week. and I took it offline because I'm still waiting on the masters to come in. I do music a little different nowadays, so I just don't release it the way I used to. I mean, there's no point. I don't get no views on my music anymore, man. After that fiasco 2 years ago, tanked everything, which is cool. I don't have that stresses and that negativity in my life that comes with the music, but I'm trying to. I don't think I can play the fucking video because I took it offline. It's not on this computer. My dumbass, what I should have done was made the video private instead of removing it offline, but it's not even the finished product. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play my newest one. And it's called Midnight Run. If I can find the video. This one. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. We used to do these live feeds, man, have hundreds of people in here. I remember them days. They were fun times. But, it's like I heard Big Smo talking about it a while back, was when he had his surgery and he had to quit drinking, and everybody just shut down on him because he quit drinking. And I don't drink anymore. And so, I don't know, it takes fun away, I guess. When you're drinking, you're kind of sporadic and fun and try to have fun, but it's not a kind of fun that you want. You know what I mean? In last 2 years, I've learned that that's not the kind of fun I want in life, at all. So this is it. I sit around and make music videos. Like this music video right here, I've got about 22 hours into this music video. I probably got a couple hours into making the song, the music actually. And then I've got time into writing the lyrics and time takes to make it. And nowadays you just make music for the love of it, not for the fame. I just use it to kill time. I don't have any friends. I don't have no life. So, my free times, I'll just sit here and work on my music video, for an hour a night. Usually that's what I'll get is like an hour a night free time after Paisley gets to bed. Like right now she went to bed about 8:30, and so I've got me a little hour. It's a Friday night, so I can stay up a little late, because during the week I'm up at 5:15 in the morning. But we've got a fun day tomorrow, guys. Fun little, morning at least. I'm not gonna go into details about it, but the world don't have to know every move you make, right? That was one of the big flaws I had in the past, was I kind of let the world know everything about me. They don't need to. So anyways, guys, this is my newest song. It's called Midnight Run. Let me get it full screen. And then I'll be right back with y'all. How you doing, Melissa Thompson? Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I'm just going to play this new music video. It's my newest one. Fire in a Jar. I shared it for a day with y'all. I removed offline because I still haven't got the mixed song back, so the music's going to be different on the music video. But anyways, this one is called Midnight Run, guys. I did the whole video, the music, the writing of the words, the recording. I did all the mixing and mastering on this particular song. But check it out, and I'll be right back with you. Midnight strike, shadows long and pale, moonlight whispers in the dark. Heartbeats loud, millions in the store. They say a score to settle now. Midnight run, gotta get it, I gotta get it. Guns loaded, money loaded. Midnight run tonight. Engines boutique gravel move like ghosts creeping slow. Doors creak open, adrenaline flows. Rumors true. Past that car to the sky, let's go. Midnight run. Gotta get it, I gotta get it. Guns loaded, money loaded. Midnight run tonight. Chaos reigns, screams, echoes, cast lies high, in the blur. Sirens, well, we out, dust clouds high, our train. Midnight run, gotta get it, I gotta get it. Guns loaded, money loaded. Midnight run tonight. And I love that. I wasn't even about to ask you. It was cold down there. You're in Texas. So, yeah. But Pennsylvania, I don't know. I know it's starting tomorrow's like our last day for at least the next 10 days. That's in the 80s. So we're going to make the best of it, at least till the afternoon time. We'll probably come home after the afternoon time and just chill. But besides that, I ain't got much plans this weekend. You know, yeah, Melissa, just, you know, like last week, she was out of school for fall break. So this week, I was like, tonight I'm taking an hour or two after she goes to bed. I'm going to do a little live feed and just chat with people. I don't ever talk to people, man. So it does feel good to socialize a little bit. So that's why I appreciate y'all's interaction in the chats. So I know we had a Tasha in here earlier. I don't know if she's still watching or not. But let me go back over here. I want to see what's popping off. You know, you got these idiots, though. I mean, they're wearing clown outfits, you know? Like, I don't understand this protest and shit, guys. It's just definitely not something that is convincing. So there must not be much popping off tonight. There's Portland right there, the babysitter. Let's pop this channel's called the Babysitters Club of Portland. Funny. We loaded up, see what we got going on over here. Trying to get these pictures right. I need to go in and change my layouts. But it don't look like there's a whole lot going on over here in Portland. A bunch of tents. You know what it is, guys? I think I got it figured out. I think I got Portland figured out. They ain't protesters. This is the homeless, and they're just out there kicking and having a jolly good time. I mean, look, they're all living in their tents on the sidewalk. You know, like, yeah, it's working. It is literally working very well for you. I don't know why it's not. Maybe I gotta. There we go. I had to get rid of their chat. That's what it is. But what is this accomplishing, guys? Nah, just the bare minimum, Sheila. Bare minimum. Like I said, I try to avoid toxic people at all costs. If somebody comes into my life and they're negative, I get rid of the negativity in my life and don't allow it around us. And that's just how that's gonna go. So yeah, no, 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 Sheila. So, anyways, I mean, these protests. I mean, what are they accomplishing here? It's like, that's got to be the worst protest right there. I mean, these people right here need to go to protest school or something. Do they have such a thing? Well, they say they're all paid. I don't know. Let's see if they got some live patrol. I watch that sometimes, man. And sometimes you can watch that live patrol. It's Friday night and nothing's popping. Can you guys tell that Paisley watches my YouTube all the time? You see all these kid videos pop up. I have a hard time finding, usually on YouTube, on your YouTube channel, just you using it. So the feed is filled with a bunch of stuff that seems to be interesting to you. Well, because she uses my YouTube a lot, watching her little short videos like these, that now my Facebook timeline, my YouTube timeline feed is hit or miss, so it's like really hit or miss tonight. Is there really someone doing a live feed? No, it's just a scanner. Usually they got some good. There's Live on Patrol right there. No, that's not the right one. Oh shit! Look at this. We got some tear gas popping off. What do we got popping off over here? What is popping off? Get rid of this chat. Bye. Make that big. Let's listen into this one. Oh, yeah. I am voting Democrat next week, damn it. This changed my mind. I mean, hell yeah. That's another question I got. Here's another question I got, guys. They've been raising all this big fuss. Oh, ICE needs to take their masks off. But I look over here, these fool idiots are all dressed in bobble outfits, bandanas across their faces, hoodies wrapped around their faces. I mean, guys, if this is what they're allowed to do, can we start going like to our banks and just, really, you get what I'm saying? I'm joking on that, but what I'm saying is that is nothing but a side of the aisle that doesn't want laws. They don't want rules. They want to do as they please, bring in who they please, so they can stack and jerry rig elections. And it's crazy. I was at work today. That's usually what I do when I'm working. I put my Bluetooth in. I watch, just news or informative videos, And I was watching this video today about the redistricting and the districts and shit like that they got. And when you look at states, you'll see the districts. You'd think they'd be, you got a square state like Wyoming. You'd think they just cut the districts in the squares, and that'd be that. It's fair, so simple and easy. But no, you don't. They were showing. I can't, and I'm not even going to mention a state name because I know I'm going to probably say the wrong state, and I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to just talk in general. But I saw this state, and it just had these zig lines, like, just a minute. Let me make my screen a little bigger here. They had zig lines for their little district, for a congressional district. And anyways, this was an informative video about the history of the Civil Rights Act and how it involved creating districts. And they really went into it, and they were like, really, at the end of the day, none of it made any sense. You're over there with the Civil Rights Act to get rid of racism and to bring everybody into society together as a one whole. That was what was said. But the minute that you go, so what they wanted to do was create districts. They didn't want a town that's 15% black and 85% white and have that all in the same district and electing the same congressman. So what they did was they created districts, and that's why you get all these squiggly little lines, and they're all based on racial things, and that's why they're built. And they were like, so they're fixed to fixing racism was to redraw congressional districts so they could put a border around the blacks so the blacks could be equally represented. But by doing that, you were literally being racist. It makes sense of that. I still don't believe, even with the way the Republicans are doing Congress redistricting, but I do believe that Congress redistricting, well, however that word is, needs to be done. But I think it needs to be done in a simple friggin' way. It needs to be done in a simple way. Maybe just drawing straight lines, like latitude and longitude, and create districts that way. And then it's fair, it's equal, it's not favored to white, black, Asian, Latino, Hispanic. I don't know how you get there, but I'm telling you, when I was watching that video today of these little congressional district lines, you can literally look at it and know that it's 100% created that way to favor certain political parties, and it goes both ways. And so I don't know how you fix it, but I was watching that and it was really interesting. And if you become knowledgeable on things like that, you can really understand things a little more. And that's why, the Republicans doing Congress redistricting, I'm not for it either. But again, I can see the way they're doing it. It creates more of a fairer system, which just happens to favor Republicans. But all you got to do is go look at the American map at election time last year, and you see it. You can go to, I think it's Benny Johnson's live feed, and he's got a picture of it in the background in the United States of the voting margins. 90% of the counties in the United States of America overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. You can go look that up. 90%. Think about that. 90% of the counties voted Donald Trump in the election, but yet your Congress and houses are split 50-50 almost. They're always 10 this way or 10 that way. But think about that. If 90% of the country voted for a certain candidate, not voted, but counties, 90% of counties, Trump won. That should be what's representative in the House and the Congress. But no, you got 50-50. And it's in years with the Democrats when it's the same way, just the other side of the aisle. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's what's up, Melissa. I don't know if I'll be on or not, but you can check back. I'm just here chilling, shooting shit tonight, guys. I don't I don't speak to many people, so this is fun for me because of all the things I've experienced this week. I can just speak about, things that I think would create a good conversation. But let's go back over here to the nut craziness going on over here of Iceland over here. All the smoke's cleared out. Boy, Oregon, you're pretty close to that up there, aren't you? Portland's not too far from Oregon. So it don't look like nothing's popped off. I saw one about a week ago, a protest video, and it was like a little old lady in a car, her and her husband, and they just gone out to dinner, and they pulled down the wrong road right through the middle of a protest, and they surrounded them. This lady was in there crying like, I'm just trying to get home. And the protesters didn't give a shit, man. That bothered me. That bothered me almost as bad as when that little sick cancer boy, who just happened to be African American, got made that honorary Secret Service agent. And I watched that live that day, and it still haunts me. And it really shows you the true character of human beings that both sides of the aisle are. And right now, the Republicans just seem to be a better group of human beings. I don't agree with everything they do. I don't agree with most of what the Democrats do. I mean, there's some things I'm for, but I can't respect a political party that can't even respect their fellow human beings, especially children that are stricken with cancer that just got made an honorary Secret Service agent. I saw it that day, and all the Republicans stood up. It's like you see in the friggin' movies. One side of the room stood up, and the rest of them sat there like this. Yeah, no side. Shit made no sense to me. But it showed me the character. You know, and it just so happens to be the very same party that is for abortion. Make it make sense. Yeah, Carol, I mean, tell me that didn't touch you. I mean, tell me that didn't show you a lot about the group of people on both sides. You know, you got them screaming today. You know, Donald Trump's a dictator. Tomorrow's no King's Day. He's trying to be a king, trying to start wars. Give me a fucking break. Sorry, I don't like cussing much, but I had to say it there. Because, give me a break. Every single day you see him, I want to save lives. And his actions are showing that. You know, in this day and age, and I guess it's been that way all our lives, is words sometimes are just that, words. You got to see actions to back up the words. And that's what I see from Donald Trump, the actions backing up the words. So the left can scream all day long, he's a king and he's this and a dictator and he's going to just wants control and power. I see through it like a fresh, clean window because the actions that I see Donald Trump doing are the complete opposite of what the Democrats are trying to say he's doing. You know? I don't know. So I don't know. It confuses me. But Carol, that touched me, you know, that day. I mean, just seeing that, it's just like, wow. Wow. So I don't know what we got going over here. It looks like they got some police up there. Or those protesters. Let me get that a little bigger. Let me look on my big screen. Why is that video not going big? Okay, I guess it is. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, guys. If I'm boring, I don't care. Like I said, I'm just getting an hour or two of me time tonight, which I don't ever get. You know, usually I'm not long after Paisley passes out, 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm passed out because I have to be usually up in the morning at 5:15. So tonight I'm just chilling. Oh shit, look at this. We got a crime scene going on in So just I'm gonna go over here. We just got something popped off in Washington, D.C. See, that's what I usually do on Friday nights. I found on like YouTube live videos, you know, you get it live news like happening. So this one I'm about to bring up is Washington, D.C. It looks like they just had a shooting in Washington, D.C. How surprising.
All right, so here's what's being by ABC7. Numerous federal and local agencies were spotted at the scene of a shooting investigation in Northeast Washington, D.C., which has prompted road closures. D.C. police said the shooting investigation has closed all lanes along the 3900 block of Benning Road Northeast.
So between, I guess that's nothing too big. That's nothing too big. But here's my, you know, and that brings me up on another topic, guys. You know, we're talking about all these National Guard coming into cities. You know, I'm watching videos from Memphis of citizens just like, my God, man, it's first time ever my kids can just go outside and play. the first time ever that we can walk down to the store without a fear of having to duck and cover, and so it's nothing but great positive things. The only ones screaming negativity in Memphis are the politicians of Memphis, that whole woke government over there. That's the only people screaming about it. Washington, D.C., it's kind of been the same. Chicago's kind of the same. But here's my take on it is, okay, so now we know a fix to how to clean up these towns. It's like Memphis said, all the thugs and the gangsters, all these hardcore motherfuckers, since the National Guard been, they've been hiding out in their houses. They ain't coming out. I mean, all these hardcore, they're only hardcore when they ain't got authority. That's how it is usually, ain't it? Just like misbehaving as children, man, we'll always misbehave when we were kids if there wasn't repercussions. Son, you're going to bed at 9:00 tonight. And then you just sneak out and don't come home till 3. And then when you come home, they're sitting at the door waiting for you. And they're like, oh, okay, good night. You don't get in trouble. Guess what? You're sneaking out of the house every night. So you've got to have the repercussions. And it's proof in point in Memphis and Chicago and elsewhere that the effect on crime is because these people aren't as hardcore as they claim to be. They're only hardcore because they don't have to deal with a whole lot of authority or repercussions. What's up, Jason? Oh, yeah, I know. I've been watching it, Jason. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, me and Paisley going to an event tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a cool little event. Blow up houses, all kinds of cool stuff. And I was gonna go at Bell Buckle Craft Fair, and I found out parking's like $10, and then I'm doing the math in my head: $10 for parking, $30 to eat out of the food trucks. Plus, I have to get her an item at the craft fair. I'm doing the math; it's like $100, and I just don't got that kind of money, guys. As a single father with no welfare and just my income, it takes me 2 jobs. I worked about 20 hours a week on one job and 40 hours a week on my main job. And that's just enough to carry us through. I mean, literally vapors, flying on vapors, bad week away from disaster type vapors, but we're doing it. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make the craft fair. But today at work, did a lot of Googling and I found something really fun. And so I haven't told her. I'm not going to even speak about it, but tomorrow's going to be fun. And like I said, it goes on from like 9 to 2 o'clock. So it's not like an all day thing, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to probably get there about maybe 10. So, but anyways, back to what I was talking about is when you have no repercussions or consequences for your actions, well, your actions will tend to change. And more times than not, they will move more into the side of the evil ways. Man, this camera, you know what? I was prepared tonight. Camera wants to mess with me and keep calling. I'm going to show up who's boss. There we go. Now try to change up on me. There we go. So, man, Jason, I hope everything's going good with you, man. I know you guys had a baby not too long ago, so that's good. Yeah, I've never done one of those before, Carol. I'll have to look into how to make one of those. So, seeing if anything's popping off over there. So, Washington, D.C. It's like there's a shooting. Let me load this up. And y'all just bear. I'm going to see what else we got popping off here. You're getting old when you just sit around on Friday nights and this is what you do. Back in the day, you're drinking a beer, cussing people out because you want to entertain the drama. And nowadays, just this is entertainment. I'm trying to go over here, see what's live. I mean, it's kind of a quiet night tonight for a Friday night, the night before that no kings across America. These people just standing out in the middle of the road. Oh snap! What we got going over here? Oh, Chicago's popping off. Let's see what's going on over here in Chicago. Boy, these are the people we really need to take over this country, guys. What were we thinking, dude? Democrats, man. I'll do that, Carol. Come on. Oh, you a fucking coward. You a bunch of fucking cowards. You a bunch of fucking cowards. That was not me for that. You see what I'm saying? I mean, see, to me, this isn't protest. This is chaos. This is almost could be called insurrection. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Somebody please explain it to me and make me understand, because I can't understand it. None of it makes sense. Look at this dude's got like I ain't trying to use the word, but you see people with mental disabilities wearing those white helmets like that. I mean, let's listen into this, see what's going on. This is pretty entertaining. This guy's up taking a picture. Like, man, I'm going to show this to my grandchildren one day. You guys see that up there? They got snipers up on top of the building. You guys see that? You guys look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. They got right up there. Right on. Where's my camera? Right way up there in the top corner. Right there. You guys see that? That's crazy. But they're mostly peaceful protests, y'all. Our street, our street, our street. Let me tell you what this group of people is. These aren't people that must not have children at home to take care of. These are people that must not have careers. These are people that I'm going to say a good majority of are getting welfare and government benefits and subsidies. Oh, how you kitty cats doing? Good girls. I mean, that's what this is. I don't think, I mean, I just don't see how this is fixes to our communities. This is all on YouTube. I mean, we can go even deeper. I can go over to X, and that's even more, I wouldn't say uncensored. I would say there's a lot more random stuff happening over on X that end up becoming feeds like this on YouTube, you know? But this person, so let me get this right again. I'm going to speak on this again. So let me get this right again. It's being demanded that ICE removes their masks. You know, that way they can identify them and dox them and their families. It's already been proven that's what they do. But they're wearing masks for the exact same damn reason. Except for, they're out there committing crimes. They're wearing those masks in case they have to commit a crime. They can't be identified. I mean, make it make sense. And I've learned in life, when you can't make it make sense, there's something wrong with it. More times than not. I'm not going to say every time, but more times than not. They got their phones up in the air like they're at a damn Bon Jovi concert. Oh. Man, these cats in here. You guys are going to have to have your little kitty battles out there, okay? Lucy, you guys hear me? I got two cats in here. They're playing. So anyway, I just loaded another angle up on the screen there. This is from a different feed, but another angle of the same feed we were watching. The other feed we were watching was kind of set back behind these guys. But I'm over here looking on X. So I'm over here just looking through X. Yeah, and there's not a lot popping on X either. Let me get out of X. There ain't nothing going on over there. So, anyways, what do you guys got planned for this weekend? Me, it's just laundry, the weekend house cleaning, the weekend bathtub cleaning. You know, I do all that once a week. The toilets and the bathtubs, I clean them every Sunday usually. Besides that, don't got a whole lot planned except for what we're doing tomorrow. I'll tell you, last night was awesome. So the night before last night, Paisley and her little friend, she has her little friend, her little neighbor girl comes over and plays all the time. And they're like, "Can we do a pizza party tomorrow?" You know, Paisley's been doing excellent in school. I mean, she's on a, you know, she had one off week in school since it started, and besides that, it's been all great reports. And so when they mentioned the pizza party, I was like, "Oh, okay." So on my way home from work, I stopped at Little Caesars yesterday, grabbed a Little Caesars pizza and some cheese bread. Went to her school, picked her up. They came home. They came in here to the movie room. I loaded up they watched The Grinch, and I loaded up on the 200-inch TV here. Turned the surround sound, the Bose surround sound on, and just gave them the pizza box and the cheese bread and some plates and said, "Y'all have a good evening." And I went out there and I played some Red Dead Redemption on Xbox, and they sat in here all night and had one hell of a little pizza party. It was the coolest thing ever. You know? And what's crazy, it's like they're little twins, her and her little friends. It's like they're little twins. They play so good together, you know, they hardly ever fight. They mediate, you know. What I mean by that is they sometimes don't want to play doing the same thing, but I will just sit and listen while they're playing, and they'll actually mediate and they will negotiate and they always end up playing great. It's so cool, guys. Being a father is the coolest thing, and I failed that with my other children, and so I'm doing everything I can to make the most of what I can with what I've got. You know, I made a post the other day about I feel richer than a billionaire. And go read that post because it's really the truth. It is, you know, it's not about riches. It's not about fame. It's not about views. It's not about likes or if people support you or don't support you. Do they think I'm ugly or do they think I'm cute? Male or female or, you know, any of that. It's life's about this, man, you know, and yeah, I want to be in a nice house. That's my goal. That's the only thing I'm got on my list right now to grow towards, and that's getting out of the trailer into a nice house. I mean, I did the math. I'm spending about, depending on the weeks in a month, I'm spending anywhere from 1,200 a month to 1,350, 1,400 a month on rent. And I just all the time look on Facebook Marketplace. There's this nice house. I can get a nice house out there for that, you know. But you got to have the money, deposits, and all that to be able to change that. So that's a problem. So it's just I preach it all the time. I just live God's road, guys, and flow with it every day. And God will take us where He wants us to go. And that's really gave me a lot of peace in life, you know, and a lot of peace that I don't live in Chicago or Memphis or a Democrat city, which sometimes I think this town I live in is. You know, they had a lady here at the high school, and she's a big time LGBTQ woke Democrat leftist loony, and she made praising the death of Charlie Kirk. She made a post about it, and they reprimanded her. And a lot of the parents made complaints as well as students that they had the LGBTQ flag flying big on the wall in the classroom. In the school, even after they reprimanded her for Charlie Kirk, they did not make her remove that flag. And I don't know. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I know it's just a flag, but still, ew. You know, I would have felt uncomfortable if I was in high school. Back in my age, people would have made comedy out of it, you know. But I guess we come from a different era. I know when I went to school, there was 13.22 rifles in the back of pickup trucks sitting in the school parking lot. It was allowed. Don't dare smoke a cigarette on school property or bring cigarettes. Whew, you're done with. But you could have your 22 rifle in the back of your pickup truck. And you know another thing we never had back then? School shootings. We didn't have all this craziness, man. And if you just really let that sink in, that should tell you it's not a gun problem, because people always had access to guns. Trust me, there was 13 in the school parking lot at any time during the school day. There was access to guns wherever you went, even in school. But you didn't have school shootings and mass killings and all this craziness. So that tells me, if I think logically about it and even scientifically about it, that it can't be the gun. You know, I saw a picture the other day, or a video. Well, it was a picture. It was actually a couple pictures that told a story. And it was like a picture of a rifle. So, see my rifle? Then it showed a picture a little bit further out of the rifle, and it was sitting there in the corner of the room. There's my rifle. Here's me going to work. Here's me coming home. There's my rifle. But the point of it was my rifle is a useless frigging tool until it's placed in the hands of a human being. That rifle is nothing different than a rock in the yard, or a shovel laying up against the shed, or an empty Mountain Dew bottle sitting in the trash can. That is a useless item with zero purpose in this world. It's not going to walk up and out the room and out the door and blast somebody. That rifle, without it being in the hands of a human being, will never, ever be an issue to nobody. So the problem's the human beings, not the rifles, not the guns, not the caliber, not if it's hollow points or, slugs or buckshot. It's just, that's logic, common sense. So it's a people problem. People problem. So I don't know, guys. But Carol, we didn't have these issues in schools, did we? I'll tell you, we had bowling problems like an SOB. But I'll tell you something else we did in school. You can meet me on Old Virginia Road after school. You can meet me on Old Virginia, buddy. That's right. If you want some, come get some. I'll be there after school. 3:15. Meet me right there on Old Virginia Road. Jason knows what I'm talking about. He come from my area, from the area where I live, Old Virginia Road out in Unionville, man. That's where everybody at Community High School in Unionville, if you had a problem to solve, that's what you did. You didn't handle it at school in the hallway. Meet me on Old Virginia Road. And then you knuckle up. I never, thank God, had to meet anybody on Old Virginia Road. I've never really been a fan of fist fights. I had my wig punched good once, and only once, but it taught me a lesson that you don't want to get punched in the wig or in the dome. Yeah, that was crazy. I was at a concert one time I was performing at and got hit in the head with a beer bottle, a full one, dude. I didn't know where I was for 45 damn minutes. I didn't. Yeah, I don't miss the drinking thing, guys. You know what drinking does? Creates unpredictability. No matter if you're in a restaurant or a bowling alley or a club or at home or like I was back in the damn live feeds, alcohol creates what they call an unpredictability. And things in life that create unpredictability, like alcohol does, is something you don't need in your life. You just don't need it in your life. Alcohol will make you do things you normally wouldn't do. Just like being in relationships with toxic people, they create you into something that you truly know you aren't inside, and you know, so that's how we learn lessons in life. Anyways, guys, I've been up since 5:15 this morning, and now I'm feeling it starting to kick my ass. Because this is about the time I usually go to bed, man. They're long days, but guys, I go to bed every night, and that's one thing I can do in life nowadays is when I hear somebody say something negative, and I've pretty much got negativity out of my life, but when I do have something negative in my life, I'll look back and be like, okay, what the fuck did I do wrong? It's like today. If somebody said something bad about me, I'd be like, okay, what did I do wrong today? Let's see. I was up at 5:15 this morning. Got my daughter all ready for school. Brushed her hair. Got her brushed her teeth. Got her off to school. Got her down at the bus stop at 6:15. Watched her get on the bus. Then I came back up to the house because I forgot. I took my garbage off yesterday, but I forgot to bring the garbage can in yesterday. So this morning, I had to take it inside. So I had to take the garbage can inside. Then I got in the truck. Went to work. About 11 o'clock, I went to lunch. Took a short lunch today, only 15 minutes. Worked till, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Drove, picked Paisley up. Came home. She had her friend over. And then she went to bed, and here we are. It's a long day. But you know what? I can look at my days. And when you can look at your days and be like, you know what? I really don't give a damn what anybody says about me. Say whatever the hell you want, because I know what I did today. And I know the things that I did today was me following God's road, following his path, and doing everything to the best of my ability. And that's how I look at life nowadays. So, anyways, guys, I think I'm about to get off. We got somebody. What the hell's going on here? I feel like an apocalypse is about to pop off now, guys. Let's turn the volume on. Let's see what's popping off here. Your job is worthless. But you know what? If someone came right now and pistol whipped that dude or something, first person he started to is one of them soldiers right there. It ain't gonna be worthless to you then, buddy. That's how delusional these people are, man. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah, you did. You hear? Because I didn't know. Talk about crossing the line or something like. Let me show you another angle of this, guys. Load it up. We got another angle popping right here. All right, I didn't love the right one. I guess the angles changed now. But these guys look like they're afraid of a COVID outbreak or something. You too, Jason. Man, you're doing good, brother, man. Every time you're up in Tennessee, you try and holler at me. You know where I'm at. Still the same place. Pretty much trapped in this thing. Like I said, God's road, buddy. He'll take me where he needs me. Some things you can't change, not the things. Tear gas choking you up a little bit, buddy. That dude over there sound like he's some rally or something. You know that's that tear gas. It's loud back there. That's what I'm saying. It's loud. Now I know why the word the gas man. I guess it's rolling right up the street. You guys see that? Oh, did you hear the pop off? There's a number to go lay down. It pops off. Yeah. This is what we get to watch. It's hard to stop watching it, Carol, because look, it's up top. It's better than watching it actually. How many liberals getting put down tonight and going to jail?
Oh, damn. Oh, there we go. Come on. It's going down. Oh, come on.
Crazy, ain't it? Woo.
They're not playing, are they? But they're not trying to
What are these people starting to get up? It's crazy. You believe in your ideology, your reason of how you go to try to make people understand your ideology. I don't want no part of this ideology at all. That dude got lost. I think he's going to flip right to the other and got lost. Let's back up just a minute. Camera guy down there trying to get up close. I mean, I don't know.
We got that background.
Anyways, guys, I'm heading off. I'm got a good little mid-morning afternoon. So I'm going to get my energy up for it. We're going to have some fun tomorrow, guys. God bless you. It's good hanging out with a couple of flowers tonight. Feels good to still conversate with a few people. So I do appreciate that. If we could add more conversation, but I guess, hey, better than nothing what we got tonight. So I appreciate you, Carol, Jason, Tasha, and all the other ones that came in here. Lisa, Kevin, Sheila. I appreciate y'all. And if guys, if you like the content, Melissa Thompson also. But if you guys like the content, you know, every little bit helps over here. If you do enjoy our content, you know, you can rewatch the video and find the links right there. You can donate on PayPal or Cash App. And it'd be appreciated. With that being said, guys, God bless you. Stay positive, avoid negative, avoid toxic, avoid people that bring chaos, and just take God's road and don't question it. Ride it all the way. See where it goes. That's what I'm going to do. God bless y'all. Peace.